Yo, what up, people? Oh my god, I have the wrong camera. Let me just fix that real quick. Bro. Hello? Hello? Let's fix it. I had this whole script in my head to start talking about this stream and stuff, but unfortunately it got a little bit weird. But now let's get into some work here. So we have our live stream today, and I'm getting a lot of requests of creating wet setups, and I'm actually not that good in the wet, nor do I actually really know what every car needs in the rain. And in this live stream, we're gonna answer these questions. Hey Tony, mate, good evening. So let's not talk around too much. Also, when you're watching this on a later time, I will end up with the car with my findings. So you can skip ahead and look at a black screen where I kind of take an average of this wet weather finding. So, and I will also explain a little bit of the idea, how I'm gonna approach this. So let's start out with the Porsche. And the reason why I'm doing this actually is because when I'm myself in the rain, I want to have some sort of a tactic, and I also wanted to explain it to the audience because real wet weather dynamics in Le Mans Ultimate to me aren't necessary because we don't have standing water. And if we would have standing water, then ride heights need to go up, and that might change the whole car, but that's not necessary. So let's get these weather settings differently. And let's go for overcast and rain. Overcast and rain. Overcast and rain. So it's gonna be full wet conditions, okay? If it's light rain, then it's gonna be not that great, I think. So rain chance 100%. Let's pray we don't have to do this every time. And we do 16 degrees for this test. 16, can we remember that, please? That would be nice. Sim Racing, I just want to say that I love the wet and more competitive. Well, David Gaki, maybe we can get some tips from you as well for this particular live stream, because I don't know, I didn't have great results in the wet. So we have the flag rules and track limits off, so if I cut a corner accidentally, we actually can record a lap. It's going to save us a lot of time. And let's have this one at, like, let's keep it at medium. Okay, good. Now let's take, I don't know if we're gonna take 20 minutes per car, but I don't want to stretch it out any longer. So we have to do it in 20 minutes, or else this stream is gonna be, so it's gonna be like 200 minutes at max. Let's hope not. So I just drive. Okay, so that's like, I like what I'm doing. I'm kind of not driving. I'm just like, something feels weird, I change setup. So okay. So my original idea for this stuff is that I take my own level setups, and for this instance I would just go for the 5.8. This is a high setup aggression, and I would normally say if this is too hard, you go down a level. Now I already did a lap like this, so I'm gonna go to 4.8. And the difference between 4.8 and 5.8 is that 4.8 is gonna be less aggressive. And we're gonna add some TC slip. And what's the rear wing? It's actually kind of low. We're not gonna add any, we're gonna do it like this, and we're gonna put in a lap with 50%. Okay, let me know how the audio is, guys. Oh, and I still need to do the wet tires, obviously.
Log building finished.
And I need to chat. Can't see you. David Gocky, mate. Let's go. Hey, GT Gamer, good evening, sir. Let's do some technical stuff first. I don't see the chat. Un momento. Now I should be able to
Lock
see it.
enabled.
Yes, okay. And we have, yeah, all right. So the conditions are wet and we have rain, all right? So we're gonna put in a lap. We try not to spin, and then we can maybe make some sensible adjustments, adjust understeer, oversteer. We're on the 4.8, so I would normally go for a 5.8 to get good behavior in the car, but now it's raining, and we can also compare these car setups to a lap time. And we're gonna make a list in the end. So again, if you're watching this later, you can skip ahead and you don't have to watch all of this driving basically. Now you can see that this 4.8 is kind of sliding on Arnouts, right? But I was able to save it, so let's have a look. And I think there's like some beauty in like doing it offline here, because offline's just more grip. It's a playful, we got like rotation here. Something like that. Again, these braking points are just better when you're going a little bit offline. By the way, the Porsche, we're gonna set the benchmark lap width, and then we're gonna use all the other cars. There's still element of understeer there. Still kind of like really tricky on the throttle. Okay, game could be louder. Okay, got it. Let's fix that in a minute. Okay, so this corner I died this week. Okay, this seems okay. A little bit understeery. And we're gonna brake here offline. Ooh, it's so much understeer. Okay. Okay, let's do a lap. By the way, is the audio now getting better, by the way, if I do this? Yo, Evan James, what up? So let's get a lap in and let's see if we can. I think we need to lift here a little bit. This is not ideal. We need to lift more. My first VR experience ever was with the Pimax Super. Thank you for the reviews you do. The Viking Simmer, mate. Awesome. I hear you have the headset now. How is it meeting your expectations, mate? Ooh, this is also not good. On the throttle, it's a little bit understeery. Okay. It's still like really rotating in the exit. Not a good lap time. Okay, that's good to hear, Viking Simmermate. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's so subjective, you know? It's like some people say, like, is this it? Is this everything I got? Like, no, and I'll just say, like, oh, this is awesome. You know? So, good to hear. Okay, this is absolutely not a great lap. But let's do one more. I'll change the volume after this lap. So it's like, you could see like the rear is kind of stepping out, you know? Still a little bit late on the brakes. Yo, VR mate, it's the best. It's the absolute best. Okay, let's do this properly now. Let's lift a little bit here. Okay, this is better. It feels stable to me, so level 4 is actually a great idea, I think. Okay, let's have a look, mate. And ask questions, okay? So we can answer these questions too. A little bit braking offline. And okay, that's better already on the Delta. I'm trying not to be in the ABS so much, so I'm like really careful under the and I'm gonna do the stopping power offline and then follow the line as I exit corners. And you can see now that we're gaining on the lap time, right? So here as well, we're gonna brake on the inside line. Now we're gonna be on a greasy line. Okay, so there's a bit, okay, so this would have been a track limit, but because we have the flag rules off, it can actually record a lap. And we're gonna compare every car, right? It's not a good exit. Okay, so 2 seconds down. Now let's do Blanchiment properly. It's on the edge. So over here, a little bit of braking. You can see the rear is like kind of slidey, so it is a little bit like a dangerous setup in a way. Easy on the throttle. Okay, let's remember this lap. This was a 23.99. Okay, so we have a 23.99. Let me bring this volume down to 50. Let's make this audio. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna go back to the garage.
Building finished.
Now, I added TC slip angle, and if you have that fast corner problem, like it was already like scary, it's super simple. You add a click of rear wing. Now you got a little bit more understeer in the fast sections, but you're gonna be good. Now, overall, there's not a lot you have to change. So if we just normally take your let's say you have an aggressive esporty kind of a setup, or you changed or you created something yourself, then a very simple way is just to add a little bit of front springs, a little bit less ride height, and then maybe a little bit more toe. This creates stability, and you add some TC slip angle. And if you have the slow corners where it starts to spin, which this setup kind of did, we could also add some cut. So there will be more cut in the power as we hit the throttle. So as for baseline, I'd say that this one's +2 with 1 click of wing. I'd say that these settings will stay the same. I think this could be a good like baseline. And then it's gonna be on the mid wing. All right, let's just keep it at that, and let's go to something I prepared. Let's making a mess of this. Here we go. So let's do this properly, so if somebody after the stream can see what we did. So let's focus on this one, but I want to make a better thing here. Let me do this correctly. Tools. We make a table over here, and we call it let's have a look. So we have the brake bias, sorry, and we have wing setting, and then we have DC, and maybe another thing, but we're not doing that yet. So we have this one, and let's use the on top, like the brake bias we did like no change. On the wing we would say +1. On the TC we do +2 slip. And what do we had for this? Was the level 4 baseline. So this row can be deleted. Delete column. Like this. Okay, and now we just need to change one thing. Okay, we need to and we can add another one here, and we call this zero. This one's +2 DC slip, wing setting +1, brake by 0. All right, so that's basically a little bit. And the lap time, that one we forgot. Where is the lap time? Move, add row, lap time. Was it 2? Was it 39.9? All right, so this column we're gonna follow. Noise. And it was on a mid wing, by the way. So we have high wings too. That's gonna be a bit different. Mid wing, wet. That's just it. All right. Okay, let's go to the next car. If you're liking the stream, guys, please hit the like. That would be good. I tried Le Mans in the wet a few days ago with an old Lexus setup. I think it was labeled 2.1 high downforce. Oh, 2.1. That's already quite a while back. I would not use the high wing, by the way, on the on Le Mans, even in the rain. Let's go back to this one, and let's go back to the sim. Let's do the next car. You can vote the next car. We're gonna do them all, but if you want to vote for one, you can pick. Obviously, I will do the. Let's first do the Merc, okay? Ah, fuck, I need to change all of these settings again. Gadverdamme. Okay. Overcast and rain. Overcast and rain. overcast and rain, overcast and rain, overcast and rain. Not like I'm gonna end the session, but I'll do 16 degrees, 16, 16. All right. I love how methodical this all is. Mate, this is my brain. Like, this is what I do in silence. And now I'm actually trying to display it to you so you can kind of get like how my brain is working. And I would like to get input as well. Like if you ask questions, I can answer them. And then if I can't answer the question, then I'm kind of maybe not doing something correctly. Crazy how, yeah, Evan, yeah, tell me about it. But it is what it is. We need to like work with this shit, you know? Yeah, we keep it on medium, the grip, normal grip levels, I don't know, and we keep the flag rules. So good. Let's do the Merc. Now, I am expecting a massive understeer. I don't think we can do a 39 with this car, but we will see. And we need to look at the TC settings. So, and the slip angle because it's super low. So let's take that mid 4.9. This is, by the way, a setup that I would use for this car and this track. So this is where I'm at. I think we need to change some things here. Okay. Also, I want to switch something off real quick. This one. Okay, let's go.
Locking enabled.
Yeah. Back to ACC, are we? Okay, so now we have the same conditions, same whatever, and now we're gonna use this car. Okay? And we need to be on a wet tire, so I keep forgetting
Log
this.
building finished. Locking enabled.
5 hours and 8. Okay, Evan. Well, it's okay, mate. You could go ACC for a bit. Why not? I have 1,500 hours in ACC, and I got like 1,200 almost in LMU. So almost I'm beating ACC. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see how the car is. Seems we don't have tire warmers now. How's the audio, guys? Is it okay? Okay, so there's gonna be a great amount of understeer under the braking. But on the throttle, as I play with the throttle, you can see the input telemetry. I can kind of like control the rear even with these TC settings, so we don't have an issue with that now. And we also have like stable rotation. Okay, this is not good. Maybe we should increase the slip. Let's see. Audio good. Okay, mate. Obviously, we're gonna be a bit slidey because of the slide. What is the tire temperature for wet tires, by the way? Okay, so this is like problematic, okay? Because I keep losing the rear. But there's also a little bit of a tire temperature problem. I don't know why we don't have tire warmers. Okay, good to hear that the audio is fine. Okay, let's heat up the tires then. And this stability seems okay. Of ABS, by the way. You can see how I'm like kind of increasing the throttle, right? It's kind of a real skill to put it down slowly, or at least okay, so this is what I don't want in a car. If this is happening on Eau Rouge and I didn't even do it that aggressive. Okay. Okay, GT Gamer, thank you. Let's put new ones. Let's add TC. Let's add rear wing. We need more wing because the high speed it's too tricky. Okay, so it's gonna be +1, +2 in the slip angle, and we're gonna do something with the brakes. We're gonna lower that pressure because it's so like there's so much braking performance. I'm constantly in the ABS, and that will give me understeer. Okay. Let's try this.
Lock enable.
We can kind of cheat code here, but GT Gamer, the tires are 16 degrees. That's like super cold, right? Okay, let's have a look. Still like kind of slidey. I think there's something heat, yeah? We don't have a heat. I think every setup could use a less brake pedal force in the rain, because you don't need that insane power in the initial. Yeah, 60, okay. You see how much calmer the car now is compared to the first lap? Obviously, Merc being Merc, like understeer here in this part of the corner. Still kind of twitchy. Okay. Once you reach, okay, interesting. Okay, so now it's really rotatey, slidey. Still need to be gentle. offline braking to get the braking performance offline. What a piece of shit you are. Okay, so that's not enough, it seems. So maybe we could... Then we need to be on the max wing. And, yeah, reduce ride height. Apparently. Brake performance was good. Let's add preload too. Let's try one more time. You can see that this takes time, you know, it's like, okay, this wasn't working, and you can see that the rules for a Porsche kind of are different than for this Merc. That's the thing, right? It's hard to say, oh, it works on the Porsche, so it also works on every other car. That's just not the case. And now we're on full wing. So when we do Le Mans, I'm kind of like, not sure, you know? Yo, Thunder Snapper. Good evening, mate. How are you doing? Everything okay? First sim was okay. Let me just read that message. David Gaki on the straight in a minute. We were on 5, yeah. Obviously, we're gonna have some understeer. I think the Porsche is fastest, but we're gonna know after this stream. I will put laps on Spa for every GT3 car. Let's have a look. Well, it's also Thunder Snapper. On some tracks, the top speed isn't an issue at all sometimes, so it's also kind of track dependent. Okay, let's do a lap with the Merc. Yeah, Kenny, indeed, it's, well, I've seen it, like, if you are used to the Mustang, then, I mean, I have seen people being crazy quick in that car. There's definitely a preference on what you like. Okay, now, Arouche, come on. Let's not die. Okay, so the rear wing and the rake change helped. And why does it work? Well, we got more pressure in the rear axle, and aerodynamically the car is aimed towards more understeer with less rake, so we maintain stability in these wet conditions. And we have a little bit more preload on the differential that can help the entry stability, because we're also kind of like struggling on the entry of the throttle. understeer, understeer. Actually, this is quicker than we did with the Porsche. So it's kind of like the preload, give me rotation, but then a TC slip on 5 is like preventing the slide, but I can very much control the exit. So there's understeer in the car, but it kind of power sliding it through these corners. I still need to do lots of like balancing with the steering to make it through Lachino. But this is something I can like digest. But you see how much slower it is? Let's do one more lap. Well, let's do the Ferrari as well, mate. We're gonna do the Ferrari in a bit. Let's just do one more lap with this one. I didn't like the thing is with the brake bias. Like you hear people say you want to change brake bias for more rotation, but if you don't have a rotation problem, you don't have to change it. So, for instance, I'm hitting the brakes offline here, and you can see that I'm kind of turning into the corner. I don't really feel like I should change the brake bias. You know what I mean? But if the car won't turn in these conditions, then let's for instance, I lower it now, okay? That will help to make the car turn in this instance, so you could do it. But you can also see how I'm gaining too much rotation, you know? So I gained a little bit in the hairpin, but I lost it in no name. Now what about this corner, Pulhan? Understeer. It's not improving, is it? Okay, so let's finish this lap and okay, this is actually really good. Okay, so it's like a lot slower than the Porsche, right? So it was kind of like an okay lap. I think there was like, if we didn't make a mistake, but you could see like it's 3 seconds, you know. So let's go back to the garage.
Log building finished.
Let's go back to the garage. It was at 242.1, which is actually like a lot slower than on the open keyboard, sorry. It's a lot slower than okay, so we have this one. And where is the Merc? Here. What? Okay. So brake bias, optional. You could lower it. So front value lower, right? That means like front value. And then it's also on the mid. It's actually the high wing. So we have maximum wing. So wing setting plus 3, was it? DC slip plus 5. And we had the TC's, we had 455. Okay, so maybe we should be, maybe it would be better to, let's think about this. Lap time was a, and we also added, let's just change this a bit. -2, and that's what we did. So we added wing, we lowered the rear ride height, we added TC slip significantly. That made it like a digestible car in our Rouge Radio. Now this high wing setup that we have here on the Merc, I'm pretty confident you can carry this to any other track like this. So yeah. Okay, so good. Let's go to the next car. We also changed the preload, but I don't think it's necessary, but you could bring up the preload too, but let's just not do that right now to avoid complexity. Let's go back to the stream here and let's pick the next car. You liking this stream this far, guys? Please let me know so we can do this again. And like next week I'm practicing like some bottoming out tactics on the preload. Yeah, actually, if I want to go VR, how does it work with getting sick? Can you get used to driving 2 hours without a break? Yeah, hier Apple, preload, I know. Okay, preload. More preload. I'll put it in there. More preload. I'm loving the stream. Nice. Good. David, the best and fastest way to get all your questions answered, meaning is your system strong enough? Are you gonna like VR? If you're gonna like, is your do you gonna get sick or you get sweaty or any other issue that you cannot be aware of in ahead of time? Get an old Quest 2 secondhand market, try to set it up, and see if you like it. And if you like it, then be warned, you cannot go back. Stephen O'Brien, good day, sir. Okay, let's go to the next car, all right? Let's go to the... well, there are people talking about Ferrari. Let's do the Ferrari. This car. Let's do the Ferrari. This is so stupid, right? Like, so stupid. Overcast and storm and rain. $16 degrees. Look. Tire warmers on. Okay? See that? So for me, like when I started VR, I could do like 15, 20 minutes and then I would like be mentally exhausted. I wasn't really tired, but just couldn't focus anymore. And I got like this weird tiredness. Like you let's say you were like walking for 10 kilometers, you would feel a different kind of tired. But in VR, you're just like mentally like drained somehow. But you get used to it. I can do endurances of like 4 hours at a time, easy. It's not like I get a lot of discomfort from 4 hours racing, but it's not necessarily the headset. It's more the position, how I'm sitting, and I'm kind of getting fed up with racing after a long time like that. Okay, so this setup, let's take the high wing. What was GT Gamer saying? High downforce 4, 6, 7, 9. Okay, let's pick the high downforce. High downforce level 4.6. And then 5, 7, 9, obviously. And let's do it.
Logging enabled.
I like that they fixed the RPMs, by the way, in this car. And I like the fuel ratios. It's a lot better race car now than it used to be. Still slow in acceleration, still kind of snappy on exit. Look, my audio is dropping. You see that? When I'm not in the pit. Snappy, but it's okay. Let's see that your 3.6 also fine then, I guess. Ooh, this car wants to rotate in the rain. Do we have the wet? We have a wet track, yes. Wow, this car just turns so much better than the Merc. I forgot something. We will put a wet weather rating on these cars. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. This feels just like super stable, guys. This is like no issues. Hey GT Gamer, what do you think if you would pick a high downforce setup from, let's say, Coda for every rain track? Would be a pretty safe assumption, yes? Also, no, this is like no changes, just a high wing setup. Also braking so much better than the Merc. And by the way, we're doing these tests in the same conditions, and we're doing these tests on 50% fuel, so... That just feels so confident. Actually, really good. I don't feel like we should change brake bias at all for this one. Ooh. Boing. We did lose it here. Oh, we can do it with this front bumper. We can keep going. We need to do one more lap. Yo, Ringo, mate. Can you move field point of view in VR? Like I'm going... Yes, yes, yes. I think I'm pretty confident that with a level 3, if you don't know, level 3 high down for Skoda, you'll survive the rain. Well, trauma is good, you know? It changes your behavior. Let's just change it for the good then, okay? Then trauma is actually a good thing. Okay, we have to do one more lap after this. This is kind of nice. I'm also really like this corner, for instance. You lift here a little bit. Super stable, like no drama at all. You just need to be careful with the throttle with the Ferrari. It has this snap tendency. Okay, one more lap. Let's see if we can get close to 39s. I have no clue if that's actually quick, by the way. If one says this is like super slow for full wet conditions on Spa, I don't know. Please let me know. I have actually no clue if this is quick or not. But it's important for me first to say like this is manageable, this is drivable. That's the first objective, really. But this is just feels so good. Okay, we actually lost time on the first run, you see that? The first run we did this quicker. It's actually not that quick. Now we gain some time. See that? Okay, so there's like this rotation that you want on a very low speed. And I think the best to explain it is that when you lower brake bias, then you get more rotation on a slow speed. So if we would lower the brake bias, I get more rotation when I'm slightly hitting the brakes. So you can see in the input telemetry there's like very small touches, and then actually the brake bias is going to help us to rotate the car better. We're here as well, you see that? That's actually better. So we could lower the brake bias significantly. I think this is for every car though. Hey Yaki, jongen. Welcome to the stream, brother. So now we're gonna lift, maybe tiny bit of braking. I'm like, we could do this way quicker, by the way, guys. So we're not like doing mega lap times or anything, but we're doing good tests, right? Okay, a little bit of oversteer, kind of snappy. Okay, so this was a 40.5. So that's I think we could have done that better on Eau Rouge. and we could have done better on Blasimo, I think.
Finished.
So it's definitely close to the Porsche, but it feels more easy. We didn't do any changes. Like, we did lower the brake bias though, so that's the thing. That's actually something you can do. So it's actually kind of easy. So if we go back to the sheets, let's do it like this. We go to this one, and let's go to the freaking first I want to get this sorted. So first we're gonna do, like, let's do 4.5 stars. So let's give 4.5 stars to the Ferrari for wet weather feeling. All right, and let's do 4 stars on the Porsche, and let's copy this bad boy. It's a bit shit that this happens. Okay, so it's gonna be level 5, level 4, and then it's just high wing, high wet. We could lower the brake bias, so lower, like, what was it, like -5, -10 front value. No wing changes, and the lap time was a 40.5, but we did make mistakes. So whatever. Also on the Merc, okay, so the Merc we need like 2.5 stars, because that's like a turd in the rain, if you ask me. It's slow, it's dangerous, we need to do lots of setup changes. 2.5 stars. Let's keep this one at 2. That's 3 points. Bro, this is 2.5. Yes, 2.5. Okay, 2.5. Good stuff. I'll rate my TC setting. It was my TC setting, bruh. Or was it yours? 579. You got my TC settings, and now you're like kind of like selling it like it was your idea? What the fuck, bro? These are only rough setups. Lap times are indicators. Exactly. And we could have driven like a gazillion laps to improve it, but we didn't. Okay, next car. Next car. Tell me, which car you want to do now? I think I got the best feeling in the Ferrari in the rain, actually. That was actually really good. It gave me lots of confidence as well. I can really push that car. Well, if any Mustang, okay. Got some cool liveries here from Virtual Esport Racing from Bulgaria. It's kind of interesting thing. There's going to be more about that as well later in the future. We have overcast and rain. Overcast and rain. Overcast and rain. Okay. Reload at default. We're keeping it default, but we need to check the track if it's the same conditions, or else we get false readings. I think we need max wing on the Mustang though. I cannot see a world where we shouldn't do that, but let's test it. Let's take 3.6. I wouldn't know if this is okay. Let's use this one.
Locking enabled.
Wet track. Yo, you wise PR, what up, man? Let's have a look. Let's see if that's actually true. It just feels so like a fucking boat, yeah. Let's see if we can keep it on track though. Sim Racing, Saint, mate, Steven, look at this. Oh. Oh. That's not good. So if that happens in the rain, you kind of know you're short on rear wing, in a way. Also don't like the toe.
Locking enabled.
Let's try again. Yeah, Steven, I'm really well, man. Thanks for asking. How have you been? It's quite a while I spoke to you, man. I'm glad you're joining the stream. Yeah, I don't like, well, the Mustang, maybe I should drive it more to understand it better. This is okay. Yo, Radette, mate, how you doing? People are dropping in. Welcome to the stream. We're testing cars for wet conditions. So we already did a couple of cars, and we will do a summary at the end to, like, kind of do the findings, the changes we made on the skill level setups that we currently have. Okay, this is not really feeling that weird, actually. Wants to rotate here nicely. Ooh, now it's understeering. That's like the only time when this car understeers. Okay, there's also understeer here. No judgment on. I was just shocked on how bad the car was out of the gate. Yeah, but it's mid-wing, and it's like rainy, and I could have taken a luge like really poorly. But the thing is, when you do a race in the rain, you gotta take a rouge poorly at least one time. And now we had like suspension damage, you know. Okay, let's have a look what this does on lap time, right? We added rear wing though. What about this corner? Okay, the rear wing is giving us an element of understeer. Really good on the brakes. I always feel that the Mustang is like super light car or something. Also note, we don't make any changes on TC. It's like rear wing and that's all. So we're gonna do a small braking, lifting a little bit here. Could have been like a small cut, but we'll take it. I think we're actually slow on this part. Oh, it's a little bit of understeer. So we could look at a lower brake bias and see if that's actually helping. We need to at least do one more lap after this, because that was a big mistake. Maybe the insane preload also doesn't really help. Kind of want to jump the throttle and make the rotation for this. This is just a part of understeer that I don't like. Could be preload though. A little bit of too aggressive preload for the rain. It's too aggressive preload for the rain. So what does it mean? Well, it's kind of the rear axle doesn't want to comply. And once you're on the throttle, it wants to snap by preload. It's also kind of nice. This is not a good lap time. Look at this. Look at this. What a freaking OP monster. I think we need to like have a look. I think we have a little bit of a variant here of the wet weather, so it's not gonna be same conditions. I think it's more and less, because this is a massive change compared to the Ferrari, for instance, and we made mistakes. So let's do one more test before. Let's go a little bit less on the wing, and let's do half the preload, because I think that might be too much. Told you so. Told you so. Told you so. I always hate when Ringelberg says, "I told you so." Okay, Ringelberg, this is how it, like, Ringelberg conversation goes. Tomorrow morning, the sun will rise. He will tell me this now, right? The sun is just setting, and then tomorrow morning it's gonna go up. Then tomorrow I will say to Ringelberg, look, the sun, look how beautiful the sun is. And then he's telling me, I told you the sun was going up. You know, but that's like being right on the most obvious thing ever. So that's kind of like why I joke about this. Okay, David, also, I'm also shocked, but I think there's a little bit of wet weather track nuance here, okay? So let's try again. With lower preload, I'm confident in a lot lower brake bias too. So let's do mine plus, like, front value is like 15 clicks. And let's call this a 3.6. And let's call it, let's try again. Also really good on the brakes too. I kind of want to do the preload thing to see if it's acting better, because I think it can be even faster actually. Yeah, that's what you want, yeah? Nice, Renault. It's now very wet, actually. It's even wetter. Okay, so then it would be like really insane. Okay. It's very wet now, so it's wetter than before. Oh, it's definitely more nuanced on the throttle. That's way better now. And with the lower brake bias, even more turn. So imagine this. Lower brake bias, lower preload, and we have better turn in. We have more forgiveness on the throttle. We have less wing. I mean, look at how vastly a setup can change after like a few tweaks. Still a bit of understeery, but it's just a little bit of the Mustang here. Can we make this one? Oh yeah, it's okay. Bit too much. Bit more better driving needed. I can see the fuel ratio is completely off, by the way. For this outlet, that is. I don't think it's gonna go with lower lap time though. And we do one, and tell me already what would be the next car. Corvette I saw, some other car maybe. Okay, let's see if the high wing, the lower wing is still not, okay, it's not dangerous at all. Interesting, because on the El Rouge it was kind of dangerous. And now it's extremely wet. Okay, let's have a look. No, it's not improving now. No, it's not improving. Okay, okay. Okay, so we're not gonna improve the lap time. I think the rainy conditions. Okay, lol. Okay, I think the rainy conditions made the lap time of the Merc actually slower because the track is getting wetter and wetter as we go, and we took a lot of time with the Merc, and with the Ford we were able to get a lap in relatively quickly, and also with the Porsche, and these lap times are a lot better. So this test is flawed. Sorry, I didn't know. So tell me if you agree with this. The test is a bit flawed. I do get good behavior in a car like this, though I'm aiming more towards a +1 on the wing. So that's what I will stick with for this wet baseline. So when we go back to that screen again, this one, let's do I think this one also deserves 4 stars. Oh, let's VR cable here a little bit. 4 stars for the wet weather. And let's get this bad boy right here. Oh my god. this one. So we had like a level 3 mid wing. No, no, mate, I don't agree. I don't agree with you for 5 stars. First of all, you need to be perfect to get 5 stars, and this wasn't perfect. I took it. I think I took it out, and I'm immediately spun. What are you talking about? 5 stars. Okay, lower value. We could. We go like -15 front wheel value. Wing setting +2. TC. No change. Lap time 39. But take this as a grain of salt, okay? And we have the rear wing. We did plus. Oh no, this is the rear wing. Wing setting +2. Ride height, no changes. So let's go. I have a problem whenever I'm mid-corner apex, the car oversteers and I can't fully push the car. Any tips? Which car? Mate? Which car? That's important. Because is this happening with your throttle and braking transition? So when you're like coasting and going on a throttle, or is it before you release the brakes? These kinds of details matter as well. So yeah, Ford, 4 stars, mega quick, and very easy to take. Like add like a bunch of, add some wing, and lower brake bias, and we had less preload. So 50%, like 50%, like 50% preload. That's, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next car, boys. Yeah. Corvette. Let's go Corvette. Actually, not that excited for the Corvette though. Okay, Corvette. Rear road wet. But what's happening when this we should have done. This we should have done. Fuck. So let's keep it like this now. Because the other one is too, like, it's changing, it's dynamic, it's not good. Okay. Wet. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay, let's okay, what I am thinking on this track particularly, let's go for a B-level setup. No, fuck it, let's go with a normal level setup. If real road wet and static is on, do we need to change weather settings? That's a good point. I don't know. I don't know. That's the idea. That's the idea. Let's see. Let's see how this is ending up. Okay, so we have the mid wing. Let's try this out. We actually didn't save the forward one, did we? Well. Make no changes and save it anyways. Let's have a look.
Locking enabled.
You hear an audio difference when I'm coming out of the pit? Super odd. Feels super slippery somehow. Oh, and that's why I forget to put on the wet tires.
Finished.
I thought like it feels so slippery. This car already has a really significant low low brake bias. Well, not that low though, but it's a Corvette, right? So it's needs a little bit of special treatment. This will be fastest on the straights though. Understeer. Maybe some more traction control. It's just a little bit how the car is actually. What about this corner? Pretty safe. Okay. Okay. It's already on 9. Maybe it should be on 10. Still a little spinny. I don't think you can fully get it out, but we could maybe look at 6, 8, 10. this actually feels pretty good. That would have been a small cut though. Let's look at the top speed. The other cars were like 250 or something. This one could be a bit higher. Oh, it's not even that much higher. Look, it's already on 10. So maybe this will be better. I think we can lower brake bias a lot though. 45 on the... That's better. How's the Corvette? Well, it's the Corvette. Do I need to say more? Let's have a look on lap time. What it does. I think the level 3 Corvette setups are just super good, if you ask me. Oh, okay, the lower brake bias is definitely needed here. Did make a mistake, so let's do one more. This wasn't the cut actually. Let's have a look on the very wet. Okay, so the track is changing now too, which is really stupid actually. Understeer here, slippery curve, but we're second down. Understeer, but now we're getting on the offline, so we get more grip. Okay, so this looks good. Ish. Okay, now we have this corner. We need to be careful. Like, this is like this lift. This is okay. Careful with the throttle. although it says it's very wet, it doesn't actually make the car slower on the very wet conditions, which is kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay, so we looking at and this one is like 45, so that's like 12 points, and for the rest we keep like everything the same. So that's actually, yeah, actually kind of interesting, right? So let's get to the screen back again, and then we're halfway. Let's have a look. Where am I? The full inch over here. Different screen. It is twitchy, isn't it, on the throttle? So let's go for 3.5. Where's the Corvette? It's over here. Mid-wing. Level 3, was it? And we did the brake bias. -12. And we did a wing setting, nothing. At TC, we did 6, 8, 10. Lap time was what was it? 240.6. So 240.6. Oh, excuse me. 240.6. And no ride height changes. So pretty straightforward, isn't it? Just again, a drop of brake bias, an increase of TC, and if would it be the case that we got like issues on the fast bends, we would have increased the rear wing, but it's kind of okay. So noise. Next car, boys. Let me know. We are obviously, the choices are gonna be limited after we progressing through this stream, but anyways, let's keep going. 40.6, good. BMW. All right, mates, let's do it. Well, it's time for the Beamer. I might think about like this. We're learning a lot in this stream, by the way, because now I'm thinking maybe I should have just gone with light rain and then would actually stay wet. So we're kind of hitting like how do you call it? Like 4 birds with one stone. We're learning the cars. We're learning how to set these conditions properly. So I'm gonna do with these settings, obviously, but I think overcast and light rain would be the best thing. 16, 16, 16. Okay. Yeah, Evan. Let's have a look. Let's see if that's actually true. Yeah. It's and also David and Evan. It has been like from update 1. It always has felt like, oh, at least the BMW didn't change that much, and I think it still is the case. So that's it was a good thing for some previous tire model updates where a lot of cars became very dangerous. and a lot of cars became forgiving in the 1.2 update. But the BMW actually got way more understeery, so it's kind of I think the last update didn't really make the BMW better. But yeah, okay, let's keep going. 20 minutes. Yeah. Yes, Evan. Yes. But you need to be more convincing in your first message. So you need to say, the BMW is the most stable in the wet. You need to be like determined to say this, not like this, like you know, like this hesitation in your message. You really need to say it like you could be 100% wrong, which Ringelberg also is sometimes. He's still watching. Okay, so what would be a great idea here? Let's just pick a 4.7 mid downforce, the original, the OG 4.7. Let's go. 457 would be maybe. I think we can lower brake bias. Soft springs. Okay, let's have a look. See if this works.
Locking enabled.
Okay, we'll see. It will be not for. So Flint is like taking the bait, you know. Flint is saying, you know what? I'll take that. I will, and then I will, and then he can say, "I told you so." I think it's a really shitty development that people keep saying to me, "I told you so." Okay. Let's have a look. I did a Verstappen slide, but I actually hit the wall. I did this on purpose, by the way. No damage from that hit on the wall, which is interesting, right? Well, it does need some TC, people. Not lighthearted. I mean, everything in this endeavor is lighthearted, isn't it? Right? I mean, like, we're not killing people. We're not, like, we're just keeping it light in general, right? This is just so much fun to do. Heavy ABS interference, by the way. I think it's on the TC we need some more. Maybe with some more slip. Maybe that will be better. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Slip for sliding, cut for the slope corners. So in this, well, that was actually really good. For these corners, if you spin it in these slow ones, you kind of want to do the cut. Here's like a cut problem. So this is a cut problem. You see that? Because we don't have the TC bringing cuts. It's not cutting the power enough. massive ABS. I need to lower brake bias too in this car. Okay, we need one more lap for this car. I need to adjust myself a little bit here. So now we get so much more rotation from the lower brake bias, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you can see that lowering brake bias isn't always a solution because you get the pitch from the pull-on. So the pull-on is maybe we did it too much. 47 then. Now you can obviously keep changing the brake bias like every corner, which you can also do if you have some mental overhead for it. So from the driving that I'm doing, it's just a matter of figuring out better TC settings because aerodynamically it's kind of good, especially on this corner and on Arnouts. Like this is just so good. This is what I really like. Look at this, it's up there with the Porsche and the Ford too. We made mistakes as well. But now it becomes very wet. Oh, look at this treacherous little bitch. I wouldn't say it's that much safer, but we definitely are on the mid wing, so definitely you could just add wing and you wouldn't have all of these issues. So I think a stiffer front end, because we can't really go softer on the rear. So adding some front springs, but then you can just understeer, right? So what I would do if it would rain, I don't know, I would just add TC. I would do this 579, and I added 2 clicks of rear wing. Then it's just gonna be good. Maybe one click of wing. I don't know how much percentage wise this is. Yeah, just one or 2 clicks. Then it's good. Then you're gonna be good, and you can lower brake bias. So the brake bias 47. So that's like 8 clicks. Yo, Ruthless, mate. How you doing, man? So, back to the Canva worksheet. Yeah, here we go. So, I give it also 3.5 stars. No, that's not good enough. I would do it 4 stars. for the beamer, I would take this graph. What? We were on the 4 mid wing, yes, and then the low brake bias. We do -8 front value, wing setting +1 or +2. Okay, so it's kind of like, I'm not super sure. And then the TC was like 579. The lap time was a 39.7, which was faster than the Porsche. What? To 39.7. What was the Porsche? 0.9. Maybe we were also okay. So this is also like a little bit of a tricky thing. We actually get better in the wet, maybe. So we were improving. We should have taken the Porsche at the end to see if we did improve upon. You know what I mean? Okay, Lexus, Aston, Lamborghini, McLaren, Lexus, and the Aston. We still need to do. On LMP3, the rear was nervous on throttle as the rear dropped, making the rear AR softer, somehow fixed it. Okay, so if you have traction issues on the rear or your rear is sliding, the rear anti-roll bar softening is always a good idea. Corvette, I already did the Corvette. Corvette we did. Look, the Corvette was 3.5 stars and these settings. Looking at the sheet that we have here, lap time, and the let's have a look. BMW lap time. Yeah, we didn't change anything on the ride height. Okay, so this is good. Noise. So, are you still liking this, or shall we continue? All right, let's do it. Let's go back and let's go for the Lamborghini, Aston. Let me know. We can pick from the Lamborghini, Aston, McLaren, and there's one more, Lexus too. Good stuff. Good stuff, Evan, mate. Lambro? Okay, Lambro, mate. Well, I need to go back to 2024. Fucking stupid. This is also what I really fucking hate. You know, why just put the cars into one thing? Maybe we should play Assetto Corsa Evo when they come with the VR update, and we can just forget about all of this. What do you guys think? Okay, I don't think we're there yet. It's gonna take a lot of time. I see a lot of my YouTube feed, by the way, on everybody's like crazy about Forza Horizon, but that's just like, I know that Forza is like a simulation, like an arcadey, but Forza Horizon is even more arcadey, right? Or am I mistaking this? Overcast rain, overcast rain. Sixteen. All right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Thunder Snapper, mate. That's true. I mean, it's not there. You don't choose it. I think that's a real thing. I believe you, man. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's no VR, so I don't care, actually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I have a big history of let me sort this out. I have a big history with Forza Motorsport 7. I used to play that like a gazillion hours. I was just tuning the cars, putting like massive V8s in Volkswagen Golf 2s, you know, and then try to compete with them online. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, is she here? Yeah, but Automobilista is so fake in the setup, in the driving. I don't like it either. And I actually don't get it running that nicely because I have the Steam VR problem. Anyways, we're wasting time. Okay. Okay, so the B levels were actually really good. So I will take a 3.8 B level. And for everyone who doesn't know, these levels are aggression. So if it would be dry, I would like gun to my face, I would survive this car. I know this from all the testing that I did. So if I now carry it into the rain, it could be kind of good. Yeah. I don't know if she's here. Probably still asleep. Oh. Okay, good. Very high brake bias, by the way. So we can definitely have a look to lower this. We could also consider adding the rear wing. If we run into trouble. I already wanted to lower the brake pressure because it's gonna be so crazy on the ABS. That's just what I want to start with.
Locking enabled.
And I forgot to put wet tires.
Locking enabled.
Gotta love this car for its simplicity, you know, because look at this. I have only that display. There's no like drama. It's like very pure car. Like only this screen here, it's really in the way of the. Okay. Anyways. This could also be a very quick one, by the way, guys. You know, it's also the rotation, but it's like a different kind of rotation, you know? Like, they're all pizzas, but this is like the pepperoni, and the other one was like the salami, and there was one Hawaii. So same, but different. But still the same. Maybe TC issue. It's a lot of throttle control, yeah, but let's have a look. 357. Still really rotating under the high brake bias, so it's kind of... Wow, it also rotates so good. This is actually super fun. Now it's understeery though. Very understeery. Interesting. It's so good on the Puma, but it's also a little bit B-level kind of a way of setting up cars though. Maybe we should have gone with the OG setups, but... This actually works well. Yo, David, mate, thanks for joining, man, and have a good sleep, man. Rest well. Sleep is very important. Super dangerous. Let's see if we can actually do that in our lab. Okay, let's go. Very manageable actually, but I do think that this car would benefit from one click of that rear wing in the rain. Well, now I'm actually mistaking the brakes. What I think is especially cool on the Lambo, on how well it wants to rotate in this Puhan too. It's kind of interesting. How understeery it is over here. A really interesting car. Okay, now it's the Blasimo. Let's see how it is over here. Wants to bite. Oh, he actually died. Okay, so
Building finished.
not great. Oh yeah, it's okay, mate. Yeah. Okay, so let's use this one instead. And it has more rear wing, or yeah, this one has more rear wing. It has a lot lower brake bias. It's a completely different setup actually. Let's just use this, and let's break, like, the reason why I bring down this pressure of the pedal force is just because of this weird
Locking enabled.
interference of the okay.
Locking enabled.
Let's try this instead, because I didn't really. What? I just put on wet tires.
Log building finished. Locking enabled.
Okay, let's try again. Also not
building
good.
finished.
And it's just gonna be max wing, brothers.
Locking enabled.
It's also getting wetter on track. Extremely wet. It's also not helping. Can we do a restart session?
Log building finished.
And then restart it? Yes, this is a good idea. Okay, so are the gray... What do you mean? The gray menus available in the
Locking
future?
enabled.
What do you mean by gray menus, mate? Oh, this is way better. Look, now we got the understeer back, which every car setup has the problem of, but we didn't die in every other car, so you can see that B levels are just so much more aggressive on other parts on tracks that we cannot get rid of the setups and call them like updates. That's why the B levels are so, yeah, like kind of like dry weather setups for sure. We could make a statement that B levels are not good for rain. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I wouldn't know, Snippy. Okay, see how much more stable this is? Storming, we'll do some of these live streams for Hypers too, mate. Not today though. But you could look, you could watch out for Alex K. If you type in Alex K, then he has some great hypercar videos. Okay, let's do one lap. The sun is actually shining. Don't ask me why. Okay, this is actually super stable. It's slow though. Super weird, like the sun is like shining. Really weird view. Like I would want to see a rainbow at this point. not the best exit. Let me just get a lap in first. This is not gonna be the best lap. I kind of already know that, but let's... Now I'll try to answer your question, Storming Thunderhead. Understeer. So this car would maybe benefit from some lower brake bias as well. So these are just like, it's constantly TC, wing, brake bias. You know, that's the changes we are into all the time. So that's a pretty safe assumption that you need wing, less TC or more TC, and more rearward brake bias. Okay, so I'm guessing this will be like a 41, 42-ish. Super safe here.
That time was
41.1, but we did make quite some mistakes, so it's kind of on the pace, isn't it? Okay, let's have a look. Storm Tuner had just give me one more. We added 2 clicks of wing, and we lowered brake pressure to not get the weird ABS, but we did a lower ride height. Okay, so we did change quite a significant part on the setup. So if we go to the thingy again, and we take, let's take this one. So we take that to the Lamborghini. Huh? Yeah, this one needs to go like this. And we were on the level 3 brake bias. We kept the same. Wing setting +2, rear ride height -5. Lap time was a 41. Wait, what was it? 1 TC, no change. So basically more wing, less rear ride height, and we could go lower. So could go lower on but then overall I think it was like also 2.5 star, because it was kind of hard to drive it. Because I'm kind of looking for some settings in the rain. No. I did. Let's do 3.5 stars. Okay. 3.5. Let's go. That's a little bit of the verdict. Okay, so is there another? Okay, yeah. I would love to learn how to diagnose what is actually happening and know what to change specifically when it comes to sorting out the one tire lockup in some corners. Excited for the future stream. So okay, certain tracks have our pain with those lockups, yeah, because they aren't consistent. It looks okay. So is it like a question that comes to mind. Do you struggle with the lockups on Algarve or Bahrain, you know, like the section where you need to go left and slow down? Or do you lock up in the, what's another corner? Maybe on Paul Ricard when you have the sweeping corners, because you have the load transfer, right, of the outside tires, and the inside gets super light, so it's very easy to lock up the inside tire, actually. And a way to get around that is to just get softer corner springs in the front, but you run the risk of locking up and like spinning, like snap oversteer. So, and a lot of this locking has to do with minor steering input. So if you have minor steering input and you're braking, then you kind of forcing the front tire to steer and to brake it simultaneously, and then you lock it up as well. So, yeah. On the top of my head, the very superficial advice that I can give you is that. So, okay, we have 2 more cars to do. Oh, interesting. And how much brake pressure you use, like the pedal force? Do you have it on 100% or 95, 92, 98%? Also a contributor to lockups if you have it too high. It's also easy to lock it up like that. Okay. We have the Lexus. Oh, wait. We have the McLaren. Let's do McLaren first. Yeah. We need to hurry up because it's dragging too long. Aston Martin. Dino 21. Aston Martin. Every day of the week. That's the, in ACC, Aston Martin. Always. If you had to put a gun to my face, that is. Maybe, but we still have the I also thought the Ford was kind of good. I was like surprised how good that was. Let's do this. Okay. This actually is BS. It's static. Real road time scale. It doesn't really put this on wet. Real road wet. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm missing here. Okay, let's do the McLaren. Let's see. Yeah, Aston Martin for sure. Need a good setup though, that is helping. Lots of rake, max wing, or maybe not max wing, maybe 50% of wing. I'm not sure anymore. Okay, this car, not the B levels though. 3.6. Okay, let's try it.
Locking enabled.
is actually super safe too. It would be nice to actually put in a lap and not change setup so much for a bit. Actually turns in very well. It's actually a really good car. It's so easy to drive it in the rain now. Oh, what's split? XRCI CS. Mega safe. Nice. Look at that, man. This car has just not a lot of wing in the rain, and it's just no drama at all. Okay, so you get hit or something, or you just like lack the pace? What's happening? A little bit of braking, like make sure to reset. Yeah, okay, that's good. On the other parts we were like 200 through, so I don't know if this is going to be a quick car, but as of a drivability now with this mid-wing kind of like setup, it's so childishly easy to navigate through the rain with this car. Yeah, it's sure it's a bit understeery here, but oh yeah. Sometimes you're on this kind of like a crash streak, you know, like bad stuff keeps happening. You stick to it, learn from it, and better days will come, mate. Doesn't last forever. Maybe we'll start a new season on our league. You can join us. It's very clean. Or maybe not everyone agrees with this, but anyways. Okay, so it's a bit understeery here, but I'll take it. Okay, that was a bit of a moment. I actually approached it too quickly. So if this is a 41 or whatever, let's see what it is.
That time was a 2:39.9.
Exactly the same lap time as the Porsche. I think this, as of for drivability, this one was by far the best car now in this session.
Log building
This was just so easy. Like, I over pushed it in Blasimo. I actually saved it as well. Oh my god, the McLaren. Who would have thought? It is maybe not the fastest, but it's like every lap, right? Not just one lap. Lap after lap after lap after lap. Yeah. Six. It was also 005, yeah, not mistaken. Or it was 04, it says here. So in the setup, we didn't do anything. It was just mid 3.6, that's all. So that's kind of a good, interesting thing. Maybe we'll also give it 4.5 stars because we didn't do the fastest lap time. But if we take this graph over here, no change. 13.9, and it was a level 3. Level 3. That was all. Like, no changes. Super easy. I'm thinking not doing Monza. As much fun the track is, drivers have zero sense of speed and braking point. Not doing Monza again. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yes. Yes, Evan. For sure. For sure. Just slam on wet tires and put level 3 on. Let's go. That's the thing, basically. So, let's do the Aston Martin. Let me just get that screen here. Aston Martin. But you say that turn 1 on a Monza, but sometimes it's just like people are so aware and then it's all okay. It's sometimes it is like that too. Not always, but it can't. It's such a good livery, this one. Okay. Okay, so after this we have one more car. Overcast. Rain. Now we're doing the Aston, and I know for a fact we need massive TC settings because this is an absolute turd in the rain. Really tricky on the exits. This car just doesn't want to leave the turns. But like people that are fast are not best drivers. They're fast drivers. They're not the best. A lot of quite a few of them are really quick, but do really lack the racecraft and experience. So it's not always that fast is best. Fast is just fast. It's not necessarily best. Phoenix 1. You wanna go to Phoenix 1. Do we have a link, Tony, from the last stream? This is just 6. Just 6. Phoenix 1. Let me get just a moment. Here you want to go. That's there where you want to go. These guys, they want people in their teams. They have massive lineups. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter what skill level you are. After a few races, they will put you in the proper pace, and they will be lineups and teammates and all that good stuff. I really support them. I really believe in the Phoenix One project. So it's basically an open gate for everyone who wants to join team. So that's a good go there. Well, if that's required, XRCA, how do I spell you, man? How do I need to say your name? XRCICS. I'm building setups if that's required. So for instance, for this setup, we're gonna pick a 3.8 mid downforce. We're gonna take this to... Oh, we're gonna add wingman. I don't trust this car. We're gonna add TC, because I just know. And then we're gonna try this car. Okay. Reload. I'm doing this because I know that we have a relationship, you know. We wet baseline. I'm not entirely sure if I should add these to the packs, and because it's like skill level setups are really hard to make, and then to add skill level wet setups, it's gonna be such a pain. So I will make a sheet, a guide that you can carry, that you can use for your car to make it a wet setup, because it's not really, you don't really need to change the setup upside down. We are kind of in this stream. We are kind of it's kind of becoming clear that you need to change 3 settings, if at all.
Locking enabled.
So just 6 or just X. X, okay. Okay, X. That's a lot easier. Nice. Yeah, I'm struggling with a lot of names. Like, there's no Johns and Peters anymore. It's like all these weird names. But anyways. What I was saying? Oh yeah, just 6. Just. I would call you Just. And say that I sent you, right? That helps out. Good. Okay, it's kind of twitchy. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just might even need more rear wing. Just look at this DC setting, 6, 8, 10. It needs like even more. Kind of reminds me of the ACC Aston Martin that also has the DC2 on 11, or like the max value. I don't know if it's still 11 or if it's 11 at all. Oh, this is good. This is good. Massimo's fine. Okay, we can do a lap with this one. Hopefully, also right out of the gate with these simple changes. think, I don't know, maybe the 6911 is very aggressive TC. But let's have a look on lap time, what it means. It is kind of twitchy and slow, but I just approached it too quickly. So X, just to also to answer your question, I think there's like significant hours of setup building in these cars already. But when it rains, you just don't have to do a lot of tweaks on the cars to make them rain ready. Now it's gonna be impossible to figure out what is actually quick, but you can see that this car, for instance, we added TC, we added rear wing. You can see that we're like driving in the rain now, and there's like not really an issue, you know? The biggest thing I look out for when I'm building these setups, I want to have this predictable behavior in turn. For instance, now I have some understeer, but I have the safety as I'm going over the track, and we're comparing these lap times in these kind of conditions, which also kind of changing, so it's not really giving us a proper representation on what is an actual measurable lap time. Okay, so that's Phoenix One, yeah. Oh, it's a YouTube channel they have as well? Alright. Thanks, Tony. Look at this. Okay, well, I entered it a bit too quickly. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not actually that quick. It's actually really slow. Because it's a shitty car in the rain, but we managed to stay alive, and it was safe, so we could definitely snoop off a second there, I think, but definitely not that quick.
Log building finished.
So what we did, we went from, let's have a look. So for the Aston Martin, I think this is definitely in the ballpark of the Merc. It's like it's like on the slow corners, it's super difficult. On the high, like, actually, I'm not agreeing with this. I will also call it 3.5 stars in the rain, but it's just very struggling on the slow corner exits, and it needs a lot of like TC to maintain, and then that is also hurting our lap time most likely. So the slow corner track. So we used a 3 mid wing, and we didn't do preload. Brake bias we kept the same. Mid wing, the wing, we added 2 clicks of wing plus 2 TC. We did 6, 8, no, 6, 9, 11, bro. Lap time was at 2:41.2. Okay. So, last but definitely not least. Yo, Evan, take it easy and have a good stream. Oh, you're leaving? Okay, Evan, thanks for being here, mate. I never understood how to drive them, McLaren, Austin, or Ford. Well, you should drive them and learn them. Have a good setup for them. Also helps. Mr. X. Okay. We're still a Lexus. Now we can do Lexus. Okay, Lexus. Man, look at what we did all night, man. It was a really, a lot of, like, exploration. Let's review them after the Lexus, okay? For everybody who's watching it later. Lost car. Who needs to go up early? I have like a welding gig tomorrow morning. I have I've signed a little bit of a devil deal to create some additional income. But I'm actually regretting it now. I would rather do this. I was building a Pimax video as well, or not a Pimax video, more like a VR video, like 20 gazillion 100 tips for VR. But I couldn't finish it because today they were putting new windows on the upper floor, so it was a lot of noise today. And then tomorrow's going to be a welding gig, maybe next week. Anyways, no one cares. Let's have a look on the on this setup. So wet. And last but definitely not least, the Lexus in the rain. Let's see. Um, 50%. We are on the low wing. Would that be sustainable? And this is level 4.7. Maybe 3.7. Has a lot. It has a little bit more wing, more TC. I think we need more TC though.
Locking enabled.
Let's put wet tires on it as well. Fuck's sake, keep forgetting this.
Locking enabled.
I think the wing helps out. Yo, GoPro mate. That's awesome. That's a massive 6 hours, mate. Respect, man. You can still see you can see yourself in a mirror, or is your your VR gasket like completely burned into your forehead now? But well done, man. Love it. Which car? Okay, the Lexus actually feels mega good here. Split 3, alright. Well, that's pretty good, right? I mean, split 3 is not like a joke, is it? I mean, a nice rotation here. Bit understeer. Okay. Okay, interesting. Nice. I think the Ferrari is kind of good now because of the fuel ratio. It's actually a light car on the races. Got a lot better. What about you? Didn't struggle with tire heat? The rear tires? Didn't they get too hot? And which VR, by the way? Which headset? Understeery, but it will live. Okay, so this is gonna be so freaking easy to make a lap time with this car in the rain. Quest 2. Okay. Cool. A little bit of a twitchy moment there. So you could definitely increase the TC to avoid that a little bit. I can imagine that was catch some people out. What system do you have then? What's GPU? What kind of GPU do you have? Gadverdamme, man. That's so good.
Log building finished.
More TC. We need more TC. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Stable 90. Okay, 90 FPS. Not 72, mate. That's always like, could always like get like a big jump in picture if you go 72, but yeah, that's all personal preference. Let's do a more TC because we spun it and it just takes more time. It's fucking shit.
Logging enabled.
One more try, okay? One more try. Yo, goodbye, mates. See you later. Cheers. So, we'll do this out lap. We're gonna put in a lap, and then we're gonna summarize this all, alright? This corner. Well, think about okay, so get Android. It's kind of like in ACC, you had to use more ride height. You're reducing the camber. There's actually standing water. Over here, things just get slippery. There isn't really standing water. You don't have to change camber. So you basically running the same setup, but you just need some more wing and some more TC. And especially some cars, they just easily spin on the slow corners way more quickly than, for instance, in ACC. So if you go through the stream, you will see that I'm struggling with some cars, and some need like a less rake because the high-speed sections are so deadly. You lose the rear, so you need more rear wing stability. Yeah, this level 3 is absolutely amazing, I think. No lake racing, mate. We're in Arnouts garage tonight, and next week as well. And then maybe another week, and then we're gonna maybe build a new season. But I'm a bit worried with the summer, and I'm having a little bit of things to do on the Wednesdays, so I'm not sure about the Wednesdays. Maybe another day. Yeah. Also, also the pedal force you could drop a little bit to 95% or something. Look at this treacherous little fucker. We almost lost it again. Just a little bit inconsistent with the PC settings. Yeah, yes, yeah, sticking to one sim is a bit better, but I think when you're switching back and forth to light, you can adapt really quickly, so it's not all negative. But I think if you really want to push for one lap time and consistency, then I think it's smart to stick with one. Also not that great. We didn't need it to change a lot, but it's a little bit of a shit box in the slow corners on the rain. So
Log building
that's what
finished.
we got from this one. So if we go back to this sheet, yeah, I just don't like the Lexus in this condition. Actually, I don't like it. You see me cursing, okay? That's the reason. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize this a little bit. So level 3 was the mid wing, and that one we didn't change. DC was 5. What was it? 5, 7, like 10. 5, 8, 10, and still it wasn't enough, and it was 22 point, was it 40.5, right? Yep, I've got Monster tonight and ICC. Scared I'll break after the 151 elbow. Yeah, a few laps, then you'll know again, right? But plan to move to LMU in my league next season. Oh, okay. Which, what's the league name? Okay, so this was basically the thing, right? This was like how we ended up with these settings, right? What was the 589? 589. Okay. Okay, so let's summarize, okay? Gotta go. See you next time. Yo, mate. Good luck and good luck. Give Phoenix One a hello from me, mate. Have a look. I think you'll be liking that community. There's lots of Italians, but they do English everything. Octane Online Racing. It's from Australia. Okay, so you're just woke up, or something, or is it like mega late? Okay, so let's talk about the setups. All right, let's talk about this. Okay, so here we are. I will put myself over here and let's summarize this for people that watch it later. My findings with a lot of, okay, so a lot of this is going to be good for if you have my setup packs, and I will not promote myself too much, but if you have my setup packs, a level 3 is a good way to start. And for this instance, we added a little bit of rear wing and we dropped the ride height a little bit. We could go lower on brake bias. Overall feeling was kind of okay, but yeah, it is a car that you tend to lose every now and then. On a Porsche, it was actually super easy to get like a 39 lap time or lower. We increased one click of the wing on the level 4 mid-wing setup, and we just added some TC slip, and that was basically it. And basically was very predictable, so we rated with 4 stars. Then we go to the Ferrari, and I found the Ferrari to be mega easy on the mid level 4, and we just lowered the brake bias and we just went with it. And what I think is so interesting is that this car sometimes is really like treacherous and like unforgiving on slow exits when you accelerate, but in the rain we just didn't have that problem. Also the Beamer, it is kind of really like a Beamer, but we had to do some changes. We lowered the brake bias, the front value, and we added some rear wing on our mid wing setup for Spa, and yeah, got a decent lap time. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the Beamer, right? So the McLaren, if we took a level 3 again, high downforce, or no, it's not actually a high downforce, by the way. This is false. This is a mid-wing. And it's actually on the lower end. So it's like 5 degrees or something. And on this one, we just didn't change anything. And it was actually super easy. So I think for wet weather conditions, if you don't want to tamper with wet setups, I think the McLaren is just by far the easiest. But note that this level 3 setup is kind of understeery under dry conditions, so you will be aiming towards a 4 or 5 setup. So more aggression, basically, less wing, more rear ride height, softer front suspension, you name it. Corvette, I think the Corvette wasn't that hard actually, and we just went with lower brake bias as well, and we didn't change anything on a level 3 mid-wing setup, which is also like pretty decent. I didn't like the Lexus. It was really good on El Rouge, and it was very good on Blanchiment, so you don't need to add rear wing, though this has 2 clicks of wing, not the lowest value, but +2. But just very like inconsistent under the throttle, under exits. I was really like spinning it a little bit on the slow corners. I think the Merc is one of the hardest cars to drive. We also had to make a lot of tweaks to get it working. So you could lower the brake bias. We had more preload because we're using the lowest value on this high wing wet setup. It's a high wing setup, so you start from a mid wing on Spa, but we increased 3 points of wing on the rear. We added 5 DC slip, and the lap time was also like really slow, and we lowered the rear ride height. But also note that the conditions were also getting worse, so there is a little bit of a caveat on the lap time. I'm not super sure if that's actually super accurate. For the Austin, we went all balls to the wall with the TC settings. We also increased the rear wing from lowest to plus, like +2 on the wing, so 7 degrees it was. Also kind of like struggling on the slow exits with the high TC. And the Ford, by adding rear wing and lowering brake bias, again from a level 3 setup, was kind of easy to get it around track, and it was also the quickest one of the evening. So, and there we are, and there we have it, and those are my wet weather findings. Now, if you have a thing about the conditions, if you want to test yourself, I would go to the next part. When you set up the race weekend, I think you should go to, if you have the event settings, advanced options, weather, you want to go to overcast and light rain most likely, or cloudy and light rain. And then you're gonna do these temperatures, 16 and 100, and you kind of want to have this wet track and static. That's what we did. So yeah, if you have any questions, this is the moment. This is the moment to ask them. Let me know. $6:50 a.m. Wow, that's nice time to wake up, actually. Another thing in the rain you can do is drop the pedal force, and this creates a little bit less shaking in the steering wheel as well. So, guys, this was the live stream. Wet weather setups, Arnouts garage. Based on the engagement tonight, I think it was pretty decent. I will do a few more to test the waters, if people actually like this type of live streams. And then we'll make that new league in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. So let's stay in touch in Discord. If you have any additional questions, support me by getting a car setup pack or the Art of Car Setup guides. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching, joining. Tony, thank you for moderating, mate. Appreciate it always. And yeah. Oh, yeah, I need to go back to the UK so I can join these races. Or just, yeah, wake up super early. So, yeah. Okay, good. People, thanks for watching, and okay, awesome. Just loving this content while I try out. Awesome. Yo, alright. Get Android, Tony, GT Gamer. See you next time.